All right, so we're going over this article by MSN slash Daily Mails, and title of the article, story by Martha Williams. Interesting, says 3 minute read. Foreclosure surge sweeps America. 118,000 homes at risk as families buckle under financial strain. Interesting. So someone said a fresh wave of foreclosure is sweeping across the U.S. I mean, is this by design, just to contract and F up everything? So it says more than 118,000 homes caught up in the crisis just 3 months in, struggling to keep up pretty much with their mortgage payments. It says foreclosure activity increased in the first quarter, or even with their, it could be mortgage or even just tax payment, tax lien payments possibly. So let's see what they're saying. States in the South and Midwest are bearing the brunt, with Indiana emerging as the worst hit state. Indiana? That's yeah, pretty shocking, slightly appalling. Indiana would be one of the worst states, where one in every 739 homes is facing foreclosure. Interesting. Close behind are South Carolina, and then Florida is third, one in every 750. Delaware fourth. Wow, Delaware. Who stays in Delaware? What kind of job market do they have in Delaware? South Carolina. Wow, interesting. Illinois. Wow. Florida in particular is a major flashing point. Wow, they say major flashing point. The state not only ranks among the worst for foreclosure rates, but also saw repossessions more than double compared to last year. So repossessions, are they talking about vehicle repossessions? Or are they talking about housing repossessions? At the end of or which would be foreclosures. At the end of states like South Dakota, Vermont, and West Virginia remain largely insulated for now, with far fewer properties affected. So they're saying South Dakota, Vermont, and West Virginia are doing the best when it comes to not having that many foreclosures. But look, but who stays in those states? South Dakota, Vermont, and West Virginia. Who stays in those states? Hardly nobody stays in those states. Nobody brags about those states. Do those states even have sport? They don't even have sports teams, not even professional sports. They might have college sports, but South Dakota, Vermont, and West Virginia don't even have professional sports teams. Big metro areas are also seeing a spike in foreclosure activity, and Y recorded the highest number of foreclosure starts among major metros, followed by H-Town, Houston, Chi-Town, ATL, and Dallas, a sign that the pressure is reaching both urban and suburban homeowners alike. So it says nationwide, roughly one in every 1,211 homes had a foreclosure filing. Uh, With foreclosure filings climbing, repossession surging, and timeless shrinking, the latest giant paints a stark the latest figures paint a stark picture. A growing number of Americans are being pushed to the financial brink and losing their homes as a result. Yeah, when you lose your homes in vehicle, if you lose home vehicles, if you lose your home and vehicle, and you only, yeah, you have nothing else to lose, then yeah, that's gonna cause destruction. People gonna be like, after you lose your you lose your job title, career, ability to even just trade, get food. Yeah, luckily you have access to a smartphone, but wow. So wow, a lot of people are really struggling with this foreclosure issue. Wow. Let me see what the comments saying. I was looking at the comments of the article. We got 14 comments. So it says none of these comments have likes. Well, one of them got 4 likes. Look like an MVP comment. 4 likes says, let me guess, the Democratic donator BlackRock will be buying up these overpriced homes that are being foreclosed. Wow. Yep, and when the crisis really hits and they lose money and hand over fist, they will be wanting a government handout to fix their stupidity and greed. Wow, government handout. Wow. So someone else said greed. Everyone wants to make higher and higher profits off of home sales, and there is a limit. prices cannot keep rising into infinity. Like investors and owners want to think there's a cap on what is reasonable, what people can afford. Greed. Your house is a place to stay, not a way to jack up prices out of reach of most people. Stop being so effing greedy. Wow, people mad at the greed. Interesting. So that's it for this article. Interesting about the foreclosure game. Yeah. It's debatable that this could be one of the worst foreclosure years ever, worst year for housing ever, as far as people maybe possibly losing their mortgages, losing their housing access to a mortgage, and even losing their getting evicted. It could be one of the worst times for that. And with vehicles too, you could say that it could be what debate is debatable one of the worst years. I mean, you could go back to '08, but '08, I didn't remember hear about too many vehicle repossessions or anything like that. Definitely, you know, property issues. But now, yeah, you're hearing that highest vehicle repossessions, the highest real estate issues, people not affording their real estate, people not being able to afford their vehicles. So, yeah, if more and more people can afford their real estate, more and more people can afford their vehicles, and that's going to cause a major problem in society, no matter how you look at it. And yeah, with fuel prices rising, you need fuel for vehicles, transportation. That's going to cause a huge strain and people won't be able to maneuver like they want to, deal with people how they want to, travel, how they want to, unless they got a big company budget. But at the same time, the government slightly engineers this because they use money on other things, but they decided to use them on such shit like Middle East wars and shit. So, yeah, bombing random people, overseas foreign wars, foreign interests, allowing foreigners to own property in America, where a lot of other countries don't even allow foreigners to come really own it, properties in their country or even get a mortgage on it, really. So yeah, it's a bunch of things. So that's what it is, man, about the foreclosure. I do want to look at more into all the property, because there's a lot of different real estate uh, websites, apps that you could pretty much really analyze the real estate market and see, who's attached who's attached to what property from a from a rent perspective, mortgage perspective, free and clear perspective, and who's attached to even commercial property. You can look up on the LoopNet, but it's mostly workers attached to that, and owners, managers, and workers. So that's what it is, man. I'm a holler, man. Like, comment, subscribe, holla.